The
doors and turn the lights down low.
shout out to Big Lauder. Shout out to Big Lauder for getting that best female country artist of the fucking year. George Peach shit, baby. Rip me out the fucking banjo, baby. Rip me out the haystack.
Rip me out every day.
I
love that.
I should have said the South got something to say, bitch. The South got something to say, bitch. Love you, Tanner. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Michigan. Who are on here? My sis, OG Brazy mother boo. Zarek. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Best female fucking country artist of the year. Baby, put that shit on the floor. Baby, put that shit on the floor tonight. Ooh, I'm on the way to the jet to put this pussy on my man's neck. Yeah. What's that? Oh yeah, let me get that light, girl. Oh, we in there. Oh, how you do this? Oh, oh,
Hey,
ow.
light on. Let me get that.
Baby, put it on the floor tonight. Yeah, shout out to BT. I look a mess. I've been crying. I've been sweating. So don't judge me. But you know, ooh, child. Ooh, child. And my picture's coming soon because I see y'all like to post ugly ass off guards and shit on purpose. My picture's coming soon. But, you know, I've been crying and you know, whatever. Okay, I don't like how I look. I just want to shout out to my jackpot babies. I had a lot going on today. So I didn't really shout out everybody I wanted to shout out, but my jackpots, I really wanted to shout y'all out. And I really wanted to shout out Lola Brooke. So I'm sad I didn't get to shout out Lola Brooke. Because that's my sis. That's really should have been the first name rolled off my mother tongue. So shame on me for that. But yeah. Told them bitch to meet me at the top. I think they got out. I think they got fucking lost, bitch. What y'all got going on though? What y'all got going on? Yeah, who on here? Who on? I said I wasn't gonna cry, right? Soon as I got that award and walked off stage, I cried. Okay, let me get myself together because I know y'all like to screen record and post pictures and shit.
Okay. So she had one best new artist. Let's get into this award show. Okay, she had one best new artist. Quickly. She had one best new artist. And let's get right into this award show. All right, she had one best new artist. Okay, so we got to get into this award show. Let's dive into this. That was Latto. She was live and everything like that nature. Let's get right into this award show. First and foremost, let's get into Coco Jones. Let's give it to Coco Jones. Performing, winning Best New Artist. Incredible, well-deserved. The performance was flawless. Very, very great. I have to give it to her. Also, let's give it to shout out to Latto again for winning the best female rapper. She won that award. Let's just definitely give it to Latto. Did an incredible job winning the award. Well deserved because she got the hottest record. Doing really good on Spotify. Numbers are doing crazy, outpacing Nicki Minaj. And Latto just came through the picture. If I could have just done an estimation back in the day, I would not have mentioned Latto's name. But Latto have definitely dominated. Also, shout out to Coyle Ray. For her performance, she did a good job. Shout out to Glorilla. She did a good job. But this award show was definitely a disaster. It was not the best award show. One of the worst award shows ever that could have ever been produced on BET. This particular thing, I have to just drag it really quickly with Patti LaBelle. I mean, she was doing a tribute to Tina Turner, Simply the Best. And this chick, this heifer, didn't even know the lyrics. I don't understand that. I just have to just put it out there. I don't understand that Patti LaBelle, supposed to be this iconic artist, literally, this is your peer, Tina Turner, and you mean to tell me you didn't do no rehearsal? There's no excuse. This was a disaster. When I tell you a disaster, I was highly offended that this woman was reading on the teleprompter simply the best. You mean to tell me you could not Google the lyrics, practice this days ago to show up? You couldn't. You shouldn't even have showed up. They didn't have no host, no direction. I was tweeting the executive VT. I said this was trash. Y'all could have hired me to be the host. I didn't need any writers. I could have did it off the cuff. The flow, it was all off the set. The producers went to sleep. You had radio silence in some of the segments. It was just terrible. The DJ couldn't get his sound right. This particular award show was completely trash. It's just like, it was just trash. It was so many artists that could have done it. Jennifer Hudson, they could have paid Beyonce. They could have paid so many other artists. It's so many artists that could have done a tribute to Tina Turner. And the way how they did this iconic force was a disaster. Patti LaBelle did a disastrous job. It was just a disaster. Then you got JT, she arguing, throwing the phone at Lil Uzi Vert. This have been just a trash award show, the worst of the worst. And I've been through plenty worse shows, but this show, number one, is literally the worst show I've ever seen from BET. I don't know what they were doing. I guess they was high, drunk, or whatever, but I don't know. This award show, and they trying to blame it on the writer's strike. I mean, y'all, it's just a disaster. It is so sad that they have to depend on a script to put on a good show. You can't do this off the cuff. I just don't understand it. It was just a terrible show all around. I was yarning through the award show. The performance was bad. Nobody was singing live. Everybody was trying to sing to the track. The track was going one way. They lips going a whole nother way. It was just definitely a disaster in this award show. They keep saying, well, it was the writer's strike. That don't have nothing with you getting up there performing. That ain't got nothing to do with the writers. You just a bad performance. And let me tell you about Ice Spice. I didn't even get her picture up there because I'm pissed. Ice Spice, whoever told Ice Spice that she is the princess of rap should definitely be deported back to the tank, back to Caribbean, whatever Nicki Minaj is from, whatever she's from. She need to go back there. Because she ain't the princess of rap. The woman have no stage presence. Latto is okay. She got a little bit more work to do. She could have did a little bit better, but it was just a disaster. Let's look at Ray J when he was announcing best performer, best new artist, and he was up there doing Princess and talking about this still his wife, and then she shake her head. A disaster. This award show. I don't know. It's just like y'all black folks just don't bring y'all best, but then when y'all get around white people at the Grammys, y'all want to be on y'all best behavior. Y'all treat the BET Awards like a liquor store, like you going to the liquor store in your Bonnets. Y'all don't bring your best. And some of the looks, let's not even get into the looks. Some of y'all look so bad on that red carpet. It looked like y'all just woke up out of bed, put on some clothes, and say, I'm going to the BET Award. It just doesn't make any sense. I am sorry. This award show, just like I'm all over the place, I'm going to do exactly what y'all did over here. Y'all was all over the place. It was just all over. Patti LaBelle, she should be canceled. It was a disaster. It was just all over the place. JT can't keep her hands to herself. She throwing the phone. That award show was all over the place. The sound was off. People was yarning. You had Ice Spice in the crowd. Ain't paying attention to the performance because they decided to bring all these 80s and 90s artists that we don't know who existed. I don't know who was in charge of this BET Awards, but y'all had all of this 80s artists, 90s artists. This is the BET Awards. Get some current artists. We ain't worried about them hip-hop artists back in the 80s and 90s. We don't care nothing about that. This crowd is not, they don't know. Nobody knew the lyrics. I'm like, this is a disaster. You got Ice Spice. They just putting the camera on her. She don't know none of these artists. Hell, I don't even know half of them. This is before my time. She was on her phone just like this. She was on her phone, looking at her phone because she was bored. She zoned out. And why would y'all keep panning the camera to her at the 50th anniversary? Them artists can't sing. Please, they could have said that. They could have did that 50th anniversary in 5 minutes. In fact, all these performances, it was just a disaster. This award show, it pissed me off because I wasted my time and energy. I can't get it back. It was just that bad. The entire show was that bad. And Ice Spice could have stayed at home. This award show was just bad. Cardi B didn't show up. Nicki Minaj didn't show up. None of these people showed up to the BET. Y'all little, but if it's the Grammys, y'all all showing up. Beyonce didn't show up. I mean, it's just all around that It was just trash. Them 80s artists trash. They lip singing. You sit down now. You ain't got hardly no performance. You mean to tell me y'all can't sing live anyway? Rap live? Like, it just, all around, it was just a disaster. I give this award show a negative 20 points, a negative 10. It's just in the negative because this award show was just trash. It was highly rushed. I don't know. I could have done a better job hosting this show, producing this show. It was definitely sad. And then you have Chief Keef was banned after 10 years. He was terrible. This award show wasn't the best. When you sat and watched that award show, I was looking at the comments. They said, what is going on with these comments? It's literally disgusting. I'm like, it was just trash all around. And the BET, this is a black, supposed to be celebrating blackness, and they did not bring their best. They literally was just sitting there being lazy. Ain't just performing right, but this was just trash. Patti LaBelle was, every time I just look at Patti, I just want to take them sweet potato pies and just throw it in the trash. Because Patti LaBelle, I think she did this on purpose. Maybe Tina Turner slept with her man. I don't know, or stole one of her recipes. I just don't understand. It's just like, no, you didn't know the lyrics to her song, Simply Best. And they only did one performance to Tina Turner. Tina Turner's career goes back almost 60 plus years that she have been performing a long time, over 6 decades. Terrible. Then it was just terrible. That award show, I couldn't even finish watching that award show. It was too lengthy. It was just bad. Busta Rhymes, you doing all that sweat, ain't even rapping live. You lip syncing. All that sweating. You sweating like you up here rapping it. I mean, sweating. It's just all around just a terrible show. It's just, I'm just shocked that them people decide to put this on. I'm really shocked that somebody in that boardroom said, okay, let's put it on. Somebody should just cut the cord and put on Meet the Browns or put on My Dear Family Reunion. This was just terrible. They need new leadership. I just like, they could have booked me to host the show. I mean, I could have produced that show, did an incredible job to the show, and let me executive produce, make the final. Half of them acts would not been up there. If you can't rap live, you won't be performing. If you cannot sing live, you won't be performing. Like, literally, it was just no thought of it. They just showed up with no thought. Latto, I genuinely think Latto was very surprised. But Latto showed up with one she couldn't put on both her shoes. She tried to take off her shoes because she was shocked. She did not think she was going to win that award. It really surprised Latto. But it was so ghetto. Latto showed up there with one shoe on. One shoe. And what is the lady name? Oh my gosh. She won Best Video Award. Give me a second. And her mama accepted an award and had her showing up on the iPad. Give me a second. Wait a minute. She showed up. Tiana Taylor, mama, showed up on the. Hold on, y'all. We got Tiana Taylor. The volume was off. You mean to tell me, Tiana Taylor, you couldn't show up to the award show? Had your mama up there with an iPad with Cricket connection and literally got up there and had that June in. This was a disaster. The Grammys would never. Ain't no way in the world I'm gonna let my mama show up there. You couldn't have the decency to show up and you showing up on the iPad. This was Tubi. This must have been produced by Tubi. I just don't understand. I guess they said, since we about to sell it, we just gonna destroy this last award show. It was just a disaster. I couldn't believe it. I'm getting pissed right now just thinking about it. I'm just getting pissed. This was just a disaster. Why would they put this award show? Who would have thought? Let's put this award show together. Let's just put this trash together. Just put it together and rush it. This was undone. No season. They just did not care. This was just plain on trash. This was trash. I'm talking the CEO of the BET people over there all should be fired. I'm glad y'all giving it up for sale because this is just a disaster. I'm sorry. Whoever take control of this, y'all got to do better with the BET. At this particular time, the BET was known for iconic moments. Monique performing, James Brown performing with Michael Jackson, Beyonce and Jay-Z and Kim Kardashian on the front row, Beyonce, dancing in the crowd, Beyonce iconic performance. What really happened to the BET Awards? It's just like I'm going to call them again. I'm going to send some more emails. Y'all got to put me on the team because I would have done a better job producing this show and hosting. I could have been a producer and hosting it. And somehow I should have been the cameraman because the cameraman was all off. They was panning the camera on people, one eating, they was looking in their phones. This was just all around a disaster. Okay? This was the all around a disaster. It could have been done right. This, I'm telling you, the BET Awards, y'all, this is a disaster. And also, I saw the importance of writers. I did. Because the writers is so important because they are so programmed. They have to have writers. Thank God that we don't have a team of writers. We could just do it off the cuff. And I know a lot of people are going to say, Wiley, you are a hater. You're a hater. And you can say that, but it was trash. And press 1 in the chat if you thought this BET Award, this particular award show this year was trash. Press 1. Press 2, it was not trash. Press 3, you didn't watch it. Press 1, it was trash. Press 2, it was not trash. Press 3, you didn't watch it. Press 1, it was trash. Press 2, it was not trash. Press 3, you didn't watch it. Press 1, it was trash. Press 2, it was not trash. Press 3, you didn't watch it. Press 1, it was trash. Press 2, it was not trash. Press 3, you didn't watch it. Press 1, it was trash. Press 2, it was not trash. Press 3, you didn't watch it. Press 1, it was trash. Press 2, it was not trash. Press 3, you didn't watch it. Press 1, it was trash. Press 2, it was not trash. Press 3, you didn't watch it. Come on. Let me see where y'all headspace is at. Okay. It's just like a lot of people didn't watch it. To get those viewers back, they could have done an iconic moment. They could have had me host it. And if I was executive producer and say, hey, are you a producer? Who would you have host it? I would have had the most top leading YouTuber, iconic person to host it. It's just so many ideas I could have had for this award show. I'm not going to say it, they're going to steal it and do it next year, so I ain't giving them no suggestions, but just have me to come and produce this show next year, because this is definitely a trash episode. And this season was just trash. I mean, I can't stress it enough. And Patti LaBelle, she should get whooped by all the Tina Turner ghosts. They should tie her up in her dreams. All of Buddha, every Buddhist should be chanting to Buddha, the big old bald-headed fat man. She should get tormented in her sleep just for 24 hours because she was trash hosting the show. I'm talking about all the Buddhist fans. You should be chanting to Buddha. She should be tormented in her sleep tonight because the way that she did this episode was trash. And also, let's go. Let's get into the looks. Give me a second. Let's go to the shade room. Give me a second. Let's take her down because we got to get into red carpet looks. Okay, y'all bear with me. I do want to say special shout out to all the fans of the Wiley Show, supporters, fans, whatever you want to call the producers. Because I'm sorry that I'm getting turned up like the way I am. Station head, y'all head over to YouTube because y'all be able to hear us because we are live talking about the BET Awards. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna go to the shade room because I think they have better pictures up on there. And don't worry, we'll be better prepared on our website to have more correspondence and stuff like that. But today we did not have that on there. Of course, that's give me a second. I want to go on the also we want to say shout out to Beyonce winning her BET her award for Break My Soul. She could have had Blue Ivy to show up to accept the award. She didn't show up. And they need to stop nominating people for an awards that don't show up. You can't show up, you won't win. I'm just gonna be honest. Ice Spice, okay, some of these looks. Ice Spice looked okay. Latto looked okay. Glorilla looked all right. It's somebody that this particular person, you had Lil Scrappy hit the pink carpet with Diamond, trash. Diamond, you looked a hot mess. I'm so sorry. And Scrappy, you just look a hot mess. Look like you just rolled out of your bed to go to the mall and say, oh man, I gotta go to the BET Awards. Look trash. Just hilarious. Your looks, oh my gosh, I can't even post it because of disaster. It looked disastrous. It looked like you just showed up and put all that barbed wire. It looked like you escaped from prison and decided to go out there and show up to the BET Awards, a disaster. And for that, you shouldn't even host the Breakfast Club because you look very terrible. Boosie just looked like you just left out of prison and your homeboys brought you a fresh outfit to show up to the red carpet. You look terrible and showed up in some shorts and some gym shoes. And you know this, I'm gonna just say this. I'm because I don't have time to bring up the picture and stuff like that, but I will say this. Summer Walker and Lil Meech, y'all both look like y'all stink. Got the word wear all that all black in the summertime. So I know on the armpits were none but must. I could just tell you that right there, and you look musty. To me, honestly, you look very, very musty. But overall, this just award show was just a disaster. I mean, from the looks all over, I'm just gonna give it to y'all crystal clear. This award show was definitely a disaster. I just like it just like I just don't understand it, and I have a right to do it, and it just was just I'm ready. I want to throw something. Remy Ma, I don't know who told you this, Remy Ma. I'm so tired of you all singing I'm All the Way Up. If I hear that record one more time, Remy Ma, I'm gonna come to your house and bring some producers and writers to get you some new hits. Stop singing that song I'm All the Way Up. I'm tired of it. It was a hit back in 1955. This is 2022. Give me something new. I'm tired of you singing that song with that Joe all the way. I'm tired of it, honey. I'm tired of it. Please put that song to rest. I'm all the way nothing. I was all the way asleep seeing you up there with that mini skirt on singing. Then I saw you up there sticking out your tongue because one of the rappers was singing. You was sticking out your tongue. You was getting turned on. It was a disaster, Remy Ma. I don't know what went on in this award show. It's just like, I don't know which one is it. I don't know. The look him on TikTok dancing with her daughter up there. Look like her daughter needs to comb her hair. It was just all around just a disaster. Today, I just don't know what y'all was doing today, but y'all was acting a plump fool. I don't want to say, would y'all see him watching the same show? Like, I know a lot of people saying, oh, it was just all the way disaster. You got to look him decide to get on TikTok. 30 years later, she's on TikTok. It's too late. You should have been jumped on TikTok. And this is I'm sorry, yeah. I'm just all over the place because that award show just discombobulated me. Usually I'm more prepared. I got everything written down. But today I'm gonna do what they did. They just went up there. I ain't got no writers. I'm gonna blame it on the writers' strike. All the writers are on strike. Paul on strike. He joined them right there in California. He's striking with him. So I'm gonna blame it on the writers. I'm gonna do what Patti Bell. I'm blaming it on the teleprompter. It ain't working. So I'm gonna blame it on that. But this is just this one I'm just gonna blame it on. Okay, I'm gonna do exactly what they did. Show up, look like I stank, musty, and just show up. No. It was terrible. This entire situation, this day of the BET Awards was the worst in history. Was literally the worst. I went through some worse award shows. It's just worse. Next year I will be attending, and I'm gonna have to talk to the board. Paul, I know he's on strike. But I'm gonna have to call Paul when he negotiate his contract. I'm gonna have to get to LA to talk to the executive board and to really talk to Tyler Perry. I'm gonna travel to Atlanta to talk to Tyler Perry if you do take control. I need to be in charge of the creative director of the BET Awards. They need to hire me immediately. It just all around just was terrible. All around. Let me see. Give me a second here. It's just Papoose was there. Oh, whoa, wait a minute. They said Papoose was who's where? Papoose was this woman that looks a little young, jock wife, Kendra. You got Papoose there with a hat. It was just all over a disaster. It really was. And it just could have been so much better. It could have been so much better. I really thought this award show was going to be something because this is 2023. This was just all around high. It really, and they're dragging Patti Bell, and duly so she should be dragged. They said Patti, it's just they dragging her on Twitter right now, all around. So I just had to say that about the BET Awards. We will open up the phone lines and allow you all to call in to give y'all thoughts. But I was highly disgusted of the BET Awards. It was a disaster. Now I want to get into this because it was just literally a shit show. It really was. Okay, and BET, I hope y'all saying it. I was tweeting y'all. Y'all usually retweet my tweets, but I guess today y'all weren't doing it. And BET, let me say this. Because y'all got up there and y'all lied. Y'all talk about this was such an iconic performance with Patti Bell. Oh, she did a good job. Stop that lie. She did terrible. And shout out to mainstream media for admitting that Patti did a trash job. But y'all trying to word it. It was a lyrics mix up. No, call it what it is. This woman was ill prepared. She effed up the legacy of Tina Turner. And she need to be definitely bombarded with all the ghosts of Tina Turner because it was a disaster. Because y'all sit and lie. Y'all try to put tweets that it was so iconic. It was not. What was y'all watching? The sound was all the way off. Okay? It wasn't a good one. It was just terrible. This entire show was terrible. It was terrible today. And usually I don't review award shows, but today I had to because I really was in the mood. We had a beautiful live today, beautiful special guests, multiple special guests on our live today. We were talking about the women's body, making love. It was a great relationship. We was getting dragged in the members only. If you missed it, you missed it. But it was such an iconic thing. And I said, hey, I want to cover the BET Awards. And so I said, hey, let me get a membership. Let me cover the BET Awards. And we did exactly that. And I was discussing, I could have just stayed and kept talking about Yoni and how to eat it and lick it and other rushing to go watch the BET Awards. I wasted my time watching that. MC Lyte, incredible. But MC Lyte had to pretend to be a host, perform, and make the announcements. They were doing too much. It's time for a new facelift of the BET Awards. It's time for something new. They do need new leadership that literally understand Black culture and how to put Black culture back on the mainstream map. Because right now, this is just a disaster how they showed up tonight at the red carpet. They showed up and did not show out. They literally just showed up like they were showing up at a family reunion at a barbecue. And that's how they were showing up. You had people that go to prom have more respect for their high school prom than some of these artists have for BET. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I do want to say this. Thank you for reminding me. I do want to say this honestly for Offset and Quavo. They did an incredible performance. I will definitely give it to Offset and Quavo for doing an incredible performance because Offset and Quavo was definitely great because how they pay homage to Takeoff. I mean, they did a great job. And it was the best part. It was good. I can really tell that for the love of money. I mean, I'm sorry, not for the love of money, for the love of unity as a group. I think they did a good job for honoring their fallen brother. It was it was just like, it was a good iconic moment. So I will give them that. It was really, really good. And I watched it. It was like the performance was so great, honoring Takeoff. Even though this is behind all the mess that was spewed about Takeoff and Cardi and Tasha, but it was a good job. I just think the BET need, in order to increase their ratings, they're going to have to deal with the social media influencers. And the reason why I say they must get somebody that's social media impact is to bring them on as a host. I had to keep it real, and I'm sorry. They say, yeah, I'm glad they came together and put toxic people. It was definitely great. And Offset did an incredible job. Takeoff who definitely is smiling in heaven because they did a good job. So that was better than Tina Turner because that Tina Turner one was a disaster. Ain't no way in the world. Why would you approve? And I have to keep going back to Patti LaBelle. Let's put her back up there because that's the only picture I got. I didn't have time to get everybody pictures up on the screen because I was rushing to go in and do this review. But Patti LaBelle, I mean, like, who approved this? Who approved this? Who approved this performance? They should be fired. Tyler Perry, if you listen to me, brother, you need to do a mass firing. Whoever was in charge of this BET award, all should be let go. They should all get pink slips. If Tyler Perry, whoever controlled BET, your first order of business is to give everybody pink slips and bring in a whole new staff for the BET Awards. Give them all pink slips. Give it to them today. Soon, when you get to become the new owner of BET, give them all pink slips. Bring in a new innovative staff that will take the BET Awards to the next level. Okay? In my humble opinion. Now, I think it's good that Cardi didn't come because folks would have came with the. Yeah, I think she should have came too. Honestly, I do believe so. But we had a great job for the members only, and thank you to the members for telling me to cover this award show. Thank you, Salah. Maria says you're going live after this, after the award show, and I did. I kept my promise, and I went live. And yeah, Patti, yes, she did start it off good, and she went off the rails. She didn't know the lyrics. The background singers did better than Patti. She should have let her background vocalist just carry the show. The world, you don't know the lyrics. You 80-some years old. Come on now. Get up out of here, old heifer. Didn't know the words. Don't make no sense. I'm pissed. Like, this woman didn't know the words. This woman, you 80-some years old and you're almost 80-some years old. Oh, heifer didn't even know the words to the simple song, Simply the Best. Didn't know the lyrics. Throw her in the nursing home, put her in the nursing home, and lock the door. Put her in an assisted living facility and lock the door. Snatch the mic from her, put her in the nursing home, and lock the door. Just throw her in the nursing home. Okay? Because they could have got another act to do that. All right, let's move on. I'm so sorry. I do apologize for going on the BET Awards the way I did, but I was provoked. And I was really provoked, but homegirl, she deserved to get that because it was trash. I was provoked, just like she didn't know the Christmas lyrics when she performed in DC many years ago. She didn't know the lyrics. I don't understand. Patti, stop taking gigs if you don't know the lyrics. I'm gonna say it again, Patti, if you can hear me. Put your hearing aid in your ear. Stop taking gigs if you don't know the lyrics. Stop taking it. If you don't want to rehearse, don't take the gig. Stop taking it. Stop saying you gonna take the gig if you don't know, you don't want to rehearse. You got to rehearse the song. All right? And whoever decided to book Patti LaBelle should be fired. This was terrible. She's singing one tempo. Her background vocalist, background single singing a whole nother tempo. Go back to the performance. It was trash. If they put that, I hope they don't put that on YouTube. I really hope they don't put that on YouTube because they're going to drag it in them comments. Okay? I hope they do put it on YouTube because I want to see the comments. All right. So I want to see the comments. I do want to say thank you to Jazzy Cleaners for returning to being a member. All right. And also don't forget, members, on Tuesday, we'll be back live with y'all on Tuesday. Okay. So she should have Val gracefully instead of becoming. Yeah, that was just terrible. That was terrible. Okay. That was terrible. You can't compare me messing up lyrics to you performing for Tina Turner. If I'm joking, I'm kidding on the YouTube. But if I'm being booked to sing a song for one of my colleagues in the music industry, I'm going to make sure from cover to cover to rehearse that record. It's on international television. You are billed to perform this song in honor of Tina Turner, right? You should rehearse. It was one song. One. I can understand you singing the entire catalog. It was on one song. Okay? All right? Yeah, Tina must have slept with Patti LaBelle, man. When she was up scraping on the pad, Tina must have gave him a little ain't being young, being chung yang, yoni, and that's probably what happened. And she paid her back. Some between Tina Turner and Patti LaBelle, some happened. I think Tina slept with Patti, man, and Patti messed up that performance on purpose. Yeah, I can't prove it, but it's in my gut. My gut is jumping up and down, and that's what my gut is telling me, that Tina slept with one of Patti LaBelle men, with a husband. I'm sensing husband. I'm looking at husband. All right, she slept with a husband, and she paid her back. All right, that's what my gut is telling me. Okay, they could have got Miss Robbie. Yes, they could have got Miss Robbie. Miss Robbie would have did a better job. And I know I got some BET people in here, just like this BET worker, talking about the best BET show ever. That's a BET worker. When you get these type of comedies from BET workers, they come here under aliases and they comment on there and talk about this was the best BET show ever. These are BET workers, which they should be fired. Because why y'all coming up here trolling? Y'all should have booked me, paid my booking fee, my $300,000 booking fee. Y'all should have paid for my rider fee, ice cold water, baby back ribs, 50 towels, my socks, clean my socks, my extra large drawers, my white t-shirts, And I love me some fried chicken, most definitely. Fried chicken, hot, steaming fried chicken with seasoning. Y'all should have gave me my ride. It's my $300,000 booking fee. I would have did a good job, okay? I would have did a better job than what they were doing, okay? Could have got my producer partners, could have came in there, and we could have did a good job when they ain't this type of way, okay? All right, these are none but BET workers in here, so they coming over here trolling, but it's okay. Let them come over here and troll. All right, now, it was definitely boring. Now, we're going to go to the next topic here. We will open the phone lines if y'all allow, if y'all want to call it, because I know it's late. Okay, the BT workers in the chat trolling. That's what they're doing. They're supposed to be out there working, but they troll. This was trash show. They're trolling. Okay, so I do want to get into our last subject here, and I want to bring up Armon Wiggins and Milagro Grams. I want to bring their picture up here for a second, and I got something to say because on the behalf of the fans that's getting gooped, I speak on behalf of the fans because we know y'all ain't slow. They try to act like y'all slow, but y'all ain't slow. So Armon Wiggins decided to take down the video. He was under extreme pressure from a lot of people, Milagro Grams in particular, and also people were telling him to take down the video because he looked at the pump food. And also he admitted it that he does drugs in the video, so he took the video down. And then before he was able to take the video down, because he had my picture, and then he said he had my picture on there. He didn't mean to put my picture on there. And so he decided to take the video down until he could edit out my picture and blur it out. And then he will put the video back up, is what I heard. Okay, could be wrong, but that's what I heard. Now, he decided to post on his Twitter account. He said this quote. He said, "Listen, I just woke up bombarded with Milagro is mad at you messages. Let me say this. I didn't hear the station here, and I don't care. Outside of the artists we support, we have our own relationship, and I F with Millie. That's my B/sister. That's it. That's all." I guess he sobered up and went on and said her name, which is solely trash. They said, somebody said, "You're very disrespectful. You should have never deleted the live. It was amazing. How are you going to please everybody? You should have kept the live up." Somebody said you should have never linked up with Milagro Grams. Another person said you are extremely fake. They said you cussed out Tasha K. You don't respect black women. They all over just saying that type of stuff. And then, we see these comments, and these comments are coming to me verbatim. They're bombarding me with comments all over. I told you their relationship is all bald-faced fake, and I told you our news is real, and I told you this 1,000% that is definitely real. Then another person tweeted this and said, "Armon, Tasha K won't ever see your video if you change it to members only. Santana won't either, so it's kind of defeat the purpose of addressing them." He took the video down. They said, "I listed both shows, and she was in fact very upset with you for what you said for not mentioning her." Okay. Then they were saying all of this type of stuff. I wonder how the dynamics of this play out, being that you also consider Cardi a friend. And my question is more for Cardi, really, because I'm not associated with anyone that F with someone that constantly tries to drag me. Weird. Now, that particular comment, I reached out to that viewer and I said, I'm going to echo for what you said. Because Armon Wiggins lived by this principle. He said, I am not going to befriend you if you are friends with someone that dragged me. You're not living by that own principle. From you reading cards, from you being a tarot card reader, whatever you want to call yourself, you are literally befriending this woman, Milagro Grams, and she went on the record trashing Cardi B over and over and over and over again. And we're going to definitely do an article that's going to drop tomorrow about the hypocrite of you being a hypocrite and about how this woman is on a Cardi B hate train. And it's nowhere not Cardi. I want you to hear this. I want y'all to screen record this segment, this part. Get your screen record ready. Cardi B, you got to be stupid to befriend and get on the phone with Armon Wiggins when he is teaming up with your ops. Okay? He putting you in a pack and smoking you up with Milagro Grams. I want to tell you, while you rapping, putting on the floor, he's constantly on the floor, teaming up with Milagro Grams, and she's trashing you over and over again. Why are you not speaking out against this? Why are you getting on the phone with this young man when he's on the floor smoking you up in a pack and just blowing you up with the smoke? He's smoking you up. He's smoking up out, teaming up with your ops. I just don't understand that, Cardi B. We clearly get to see this. He putting you in a pack and just blowing you up. You, Cardi B, need to see this. Barty Gang, you all need to see this. And I will be bombarding mostly Barty Gang's groups. And I'm like, when are y'all going to speak up against Armon Wiggins teaming up with this woman, Milagro Grams, when she is on a Cardi B hate train under direction of Nicki Minaj? And Armon Wiggins have said on the record, which is very disrespectful, Barty Gang, very disrespectful. Barty Gang, very disrespectful. He said, this is my friend, this is my B. But that friend is no friend of Cardi B. And Armon Wiggins is no friend of Cardi B. He's only a friend of himself and the veneers and the drugs that he used. He's nobody's friend in this business. And I hope that Barty Gang wake up to see y'all getting screwed over by a drunk and a drug addict. Armon Wiggins. I'm thinking about Armon Wiggins. So I just want to make that crystal clear. And Tasha K, all these people saying that Tasha K is using the barbs. Armon Wiggins is doing worse because he's constantly teaming up with Milagro. This woman is on a hate train against Cardi B. There is multiple videos of her going live, doing Twitter spaces, dragging Cardi B, and Armon Wiggins are silent. It's not only them that criticize you, but your so-called friends that is silent, they also speak volumes as well. Okay, so I just want to make that crystal clear. So when I saw that video, when I saw her trashing Cardi, I was like, man, this is the disaster. And he didn't name her. And then today, now you got to make a tweet say, you like, no, you're trying to cater to everybody and you can't. You got to pick a side, sir. Which side do you stand on? Because you cannot say that to Brother King, and which Brother King was at the BET Awards. He was at the BET Awards. Okay. I have multiple titles to give him, but he let him work on himself. Maybe Jaguar can help him. He was at the BET Awards, Armon wasn't. But he dumped King for teaming up for Jaguar Wright, teaming up with Nicki at Night, Pick Me Nicki at Night. And he dumped King and paid him dust and dragged him on multiple platforms. But Armon Wiggins have done worse. And he continued to do worse. And this is the prime example that he don't live by his principles. And then he want people to join him, but he ain't nothing but a hypocrite, a drug addict, need multiple rehab, need massive rehab very quickly, because if he don't, he gonna end up like Keisha Cole mama when she took her last guy and died in her apartment. If he don't stop, very quickly he's on a very disastrous path, and if he don't stop, he gonna wind up croaking up out of here, just like Keisha Cole mama. And I have to say that humbly. But when I saw him teaming up with the one and only Milagro Grams, the person that is leading the Cardi B hate train, she's leading it. She's the top leader of the Cardi B hate train. And she's doing it on the behalf of Nicki Minaj. And that's why, Cardi B, you must speak up and speak out against this. And I had to say it because it come from the heart. And when I saw it, I said I have to speak up because nobody is calling this out. I'm definitely going to call it out. So tomorrow we're going to write a couple of articles on this particular matter. And this is what we're going to do. And I can't wait to dive into it tomorrow. And so we are definitely going to open up the phone lines if y'all want to call in, because we do got a couple of BET workers in the chat. They hating. You got Armon Wiggins defenders that Armon Wiggins won't give you $1 if you right then and there. He don't even get the homeless people on his block. He's trying to get cheaper rent, paying high rent, and then paying $50 less for more high rent. Because he's trying to pay some cheaper. He's supposed to be so rich, but he's trying to pay some more cheaper rent in an overpriced building that, homeless people stole his food, and he yet decided to stay in the same building. Okay, whatever. That ain't none of my business, but he put the stuff out publicly that he's moving to a whole nother building. And the building that he's moving to, it don't have the skyline. It have the other line. It have the other part of like the alleyway, because it was cheaper. You get the alley. And so he's going to pay something cheaper instead of getting the skyline of the LA downtown skyline. That's what he said he's going to move to. Mm-hmm. To a whole nother floor in that building. Okay. Well, hopefully they don't steal no more Uber Eats food. Okay. So we're just going to move on. I just had to say that. All right. We already talk about these people when they're relevant, when they're in the news, but I do want to open up the phone lines really quickly. I want to get y'all comments if y'all do want to call in to hear what y'all got to say. And we got to have more topics to talk about tomorrow, but I couldn't wait till tomorrow to talk about the BET Awards. I really wanted to be fresh in my mind about the BET Awards to really get my thoughts about this award show. So I'm going to open up the phone lines. The number, I'm going to put the number on the screen here, 972-674-9462. That is the number, 972-674-9462. That is the number. 972-674-9462 is the number, okay? 972-674-2 is the number. In the chat here on this lovely day. Hey, what's up? Welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hey, Wally, how are you tonight?
Well,
That's good to hear. I liked the BET Awards. You didn't like the performances?
you like this award show?
I liked it. I enjoyed what's her name? Glorilla's performance with the little lips in the song. I thought that was really cute. I got a pinch of Latto's performance. I thought that was really cute. We love Patti LaBelle. She is the older woman. It was late and tired, but I am going to pay the fact that she messed up on such an iconic, legendary Tina Turner. They should have had a Tiana Taylor, a Sierra, somebody a little younger, a little bit more pep in themselves. I just, Tina, I'm Patti. Okay, but I enjoyed it. I mean, it did. Boosie showing up with his barbecue attire kind of sent me over to the left, but I think it was okay. Tyler Perry purchased the network now, so maybe next year, with real African American fine tuning in it, we'll get a little bit more class. But I mean, most celebrities when they go to BET, they just automatically think ghetto and they don't put very much into it. So maybe Tyler Perry can bring it up. You think?
I think that Tyler Perry need to, if he do get control of it, because we're hearing rumors. And I want to co-sign this journalist. She used to be the co-host of the radio person. I forgot her name. Can't come to me right now. But she's saying that they're making it challenging for Tyler Perry to acquire VH1 and BET Plus. They're making it challenging for him to purchase BET because right now he have not been signed on the dollar line, and this is, you got to understand, he will be a black man that owns so much media. This haven't happened until you have to go back to when Bob Johnson owned BET, and it's more powerful today because you have a BET plus VH1 plus BET plus. So you're owning so much infrastructure, and they don't want, and we'll talk about day on the members only and break it down about the day because it's some tea about day. They don't want a black man to have that much power. Do you understand the wealth that Tyler Perry will increase owning his own network, licensing his shows with Netflix, licensing his shows with BET and VH1, plus bringing in more of all the wealth? He will have more money within the next 10 years than Oprah Winfrey. He will be way more worth, way more than Oprah, because so many shows that he could put on BET, VH1, and BET plus he's still licensing his stuff that he owned to other networks out there, to Netflix and everything. So the sky is the limit for Tyler Perry.
I agree. No. I agree with you on that. I didn't know that because I had seen on the Instagram page for the first time in 21 years, BET is black owned again, and for the first time ever, VH1 is now black owned. Tyler Perry just made history as the first African American to buy two major television networks. Let's not forget that he owns the largest film studio in Atlanta. But I will go and do some research on the journalist, if you can remember her name before I drop the call.
I would think of her name because if you Google it, she was talking about it on YouTube, and I saw it on there because it have not been official of it. That's why Tyler haven't said anything. Once it's official, then of course they make this big press release and everything. It have not been official yet. He's one of the leading voices of it. I hope he do get it because let's be clear, Tyler Perry saved BET really to keep the lights on. It was the Tyler Perry shows, and people forget he's part owner of BET Plus because he have spilled that tea when he was on T.I. podcast, and he told T.I. that he's part owner. he have ownership stake in BET Plus. And most of the stuff on BET Plus is run by Tyler Perry, if not run by Tyler Perry, or those shows were shot on his lot. You know, All Queen's Man was shot on Tyler Perry Studios lot. So, and then also he got other shows on there. Then he got all his plays on there as well. But then he also got the Netflix deal that is coming up coming up. He got a new movie about the brigade of those black workers, those black women that fought in World War I or World War II. I forgot. I know Carrie Hilson gonna perform. Not Carrie Hilson. The lady that did on ABC Scandal, Kerry Washington. I'm sorry, she be acting in that. So he's on the roll. Like, he's making a lot of money. So we definitely are going to see how this is going to play out, you know, in the future. BET need to be owned by black people? Absolutely. I do believe that it is time for black people to get more in media, because media is powerful. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, I agree.
It's very powerful. And the only reason why they sold BET in the first place, you know, they didn't even get the full value of BET, because if you read the book about BET, about this, how they sold it, they said MTV was getting about $2,500 per 30-second ad, and BET was getting $1,500 for a 30-second ad. And they said if BET were able to get the full value of the ad dollars, they could have showed a piece of BET and still had billions and bit more money than what they sold for the, because a lot of people don't understand that black media don't get the same amount of ad dollars like white media. You know what I'm saying?
I think Roland Martin told that did a very thorough background very thorough breakdown.
He did. And y'all should, I'm gonna drop that link up in there. I watched that episode. He really talked about, and that's like a secret that don't nobody want to talk about, but it's billions of dollars being spent. Let's be clear. If we get a deal from McDonald's, it's okay. We meet with the executive of McDonald's. They say, okay, Wiley, we're gonna give you $5 million to promote McDonald's on the program. Do you know what I can do with $5 million? How many jobs that could be created, etc. A lot of black media died because they don't get the ad dollars.
Yeah.
So that's people. You have to get ads. You can't survive without ad dollars. And then the people that don't get ad dollars, they have to do a festival like the Essence Festival to make their money, to budget throughout the year. A festival. And what Roland Martin said, they said white publications don't have to have a festival to make money. They make most of their money through ads. But we don't get the ad dollars like that. Like Roland Martin, he don't get ads. So he have to beg. So I don't say ads, but I'm going to say beg, because that's what y'all say over here. He had to beg for a cash out. If he did not get his audience to give close to $2 million, there will be no Roland Martin Unfiltered to travel this country. He have to ask his audience to write checks, send cash apps, Venmo, everything to keep the show alive, because without the viewers donating, he won't be able to have that staff of 6 people.
Right. I agree. That's why as soon as he created the Black Star Network, I made sure I put my card on auto pay, signed up, put it on every device in my home. I'm always streaming Roland Martin. So I feel you, because I definitely remember the show that he did that breakdown. And when I was just thinking about what he was truly saying, it's like, wow, these people really want to keep us down. They don't want us to make it, even when we're doing something honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, people getting up, going to work honestly, acting their tail off, sitting in studios for hours, redoing skits over, and y'all still just don't want to give them the money. Like, God, dog.
They don't. And you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, they don't understand that. Like, people sit here like on Google and they play fickle. And Roland Martin, that's why I love his show, because it was another thing. Because you remember, we wouldn't get our notifications. Like, they wasn't sending people their notifications.
No, let me take you back.
Okay, go ahead.
Remember, I told you that I wanted to talk to you about some, YouTube stuff. You know who this is.
Yeah.
And I have started my channel and stuff like that, right? But let me tell you, remember when I called you and I was like, listen, it's a lot that goes into YouTube. So when I was trying to figure out, the dollar amount and, all that stuff, and I'm like, oh, wow, okay, so these commercials are a big part of it. And then people sit there and click out those commercials. But why are y'all clicking out these commercials? If y'all knew how much work people put into putting these videos together, y'all viewers, would stop clicking off those commercials because they took the commercials away from you guys as content creators at one point, right?
It wasn't that they took the commercial away. It was difficult. They changed the rules up if you get an amount of money because of the pandemic and stuff. And that's why YouTube opened up members only memberships for everybody. Because at one point you had to get 10,000 subscribers to get to order to have membership. But when the pandemic happened, when Google wasn't getting the ad dollars like they used to, they had to depend on us creators getting our audience to become members. Anytime a member sign up, we get a percentage of that. Just like we have a membership for $4.99, we don't get the full $5. We may get out of each subscription, paid subscription, maybe $2. So if that,
Because I was just looking like, what happened to the freaking ads? Because I know that's how people make money. Like, and you know those YouTubers that I don't like, and I still watch some of their stuff when they titles are not triggering. Even when I don't like them, like you told me one time, you said, well, stop watching him if you really want it. And I'm like, you know, while I agree to disagree with you on that, because white America has done stuff to us as black people our whole life, and we haven't stopped buying their food, liquor, none of that. We still indulge. You know what I mean? Even if it's somebody who I don't like, just because I do truly stand for my people, Wiley, I'm telling you, if a commercial come on, I don't care if it's 2 minutes long. I'm gonna sit there and watch your commercial. Like sometimes commercials pop up on your stuff. I would sit there and watch that whole commercial and not click off of it. And I'm telling your audience, watch the freaking commercial. If y'all really knew how much work went into getting on the mic, y'all just see pretty backgrounds, intros, outros, and conversations. But it is a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes to get a YouTube channel going. It's not just so easy like that. You know what I mean?
It's not. People think it's easy, but it's not. I've had many people that pay me to help them with their YouTube, and they stopped doing it because they said this is a lot of work. I said because of the time, because of the title, whatever you got to do, it's a lot. And I tell people all the time that pay money for me to teach them about YouTube. I said you got to be consistent.
Yeah.
And I've had people that pay money and stop doing a consultation. They don't do content. Is it because I think they think that it's an overnight? It's not an over. If it was an overnight success like that, then everybody and their mama would be doing it. It's a work, right? It's literally a work. And some people it take them longer to learn it than others. But it's always about the long-term gain, longevity have its place. But so many people are willing to put in the work. I think a lot of people love it when they love taking the selfies. They love that part, but they don't want to do the work. You have to put that work in. Are you willing to sacrifice going live at night? Or you sacrifice editing for hours and hope that the video does good? You really don't know. You just hope that you does it. And then you got to be up researching stories. We don't have a team of Wendy Williams and all of. They have a team of people, hundreds of them have a team of people that do that. We don't. It's just us. It's just.
And then when you want to make sure your news is credible and you researching up, reading this article, trying to make sure this website is credible. If it's not you know what I mean? And then sometimes you want to insert something in your video. Then you have to worry about, people. Oh, I'm going to strike your channel. That's why the first thing I told my sister said was, Sakina, why don't you put that up in your, I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. It's like, it's this big thing in black YouTube. These people, girl, they go and they look for you to use 30 seconds, 2 seconds of a part of their video, baby, and they will call your master on you and strike your video.
And then you have to fight. But then a lot of time we talk about that. Sorry. But I want to talk about how, like, the notification, right? Do you know I have almost 31,000 subscribers, and all 31,000 subscribers do not get their notifications?
I had to go and look for your channel. I had to go.
You understand that? If YouTube changed today and said, we're going to send a notification out 100%, everybody's numbers will be bigger. You have to fight. For me, I'm working 3 times hard, and now I'm getting more around professional people to help us. And that person that suggested to me a couple of months ago, hey, why don't you start a website? And we couldn't think of a name, and that was a great suggestion because it helped us get more of an impact or imprint right on Twitter.
That'll help with that notification thing too, because like I said, I have to go and actually like type in your show name Sometimes it'll give me your notifications, but then I notice like if I'm doing something, because remember I told you I'll play your videos and I'll be up cleaning or attending to the kids or something, and I won't have time to like the video. So then I notice I say, okay, well let me go watch like 7 videos, at least 30 minutes apiece, and like every last one of them. Once they see that you're liking the videos, then I notice, oh, okay, I'm getting my notifications again.
Right. And because like a lot of people don't know, like that liking videos work because I watch a lot of news and I like each one of it. All of my algorithm now, because I don't watch a lot of YouTubers anymore. If you check my homepage, it's CNN, Roland Martin, old Roland Martin videos, and then it will start subscribing similar content of what I'm liking. It's a system. So if you're not liking the Wiley Show content, you may not see me in your timeline. But if you start liking the content and liking and clicking and commenting and sharing and liking, they will continue to send you stuff about Wiley. And then I tell people to follow me everywhere on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and we post more and we have more content. Just like today, we took a break of talking about Armon Wiggins because he wasn't in the news, right? Neither Tasha K was in the news. But now they're in the news. So it's stupid for me to sit on the side and not talk about who's not in the news. My thing is current events. This is a current event. And this is what we have to say clearly. And maybe I can get some content creators on here and pose the question, do you think you are a celebrity? Me personally, I am a celebrity. And it is what it is. And I believe every YouTuber on here that is doing shows, that have subscribed, that have supporters, you are a celebrity. Can we all admit that? Stop saying that you're not. Then what is a celebrity then? So you mean until I have to be signed, I have to have $1 billion budget? You know what I'm saying? Like, we are celebrities. I mean, like the definition of celebrity have changed to become a celebrity now because of we could become and give content. You remember all them celebrities when they start going and doing YouTube and how they flopped? You remember that when The Real talked about YouTubers and they had to get in their kitchen? They couldn't produce that show. They couldn't do it. It was trash.
Yes, because they want to belittle the YouTube sector. They want to belittle what y'all do, like they was doing with that trial situation, sitting up there posting all of that, making Cuniff lady, but wouldn't post nothing that what's her name? Milagro and Armon and Nicki and all of them were doing. They were acting like they just couldn't see y'all. They stupid. They just stupid.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it's like literally that's what they do. And they came here. Most of them celebrities tried to become YouTubers. They couldn't do it. They couldn't get a crowd. I've had, I ain't gonna say no celebrity name because some of them follow me. I gotta tread lightly. Someone was going live with 60 people in the chat. They couldn't get an audience. And these people were back with big numbers, but the people weren't interested in their personality. They was extremely bored because there wasn't no writers, there weren't no producers, there weren't all these makeup artists. You literally had to just deliver. They couldn't deliver it.
No, I agree.
They couldn't do it at all. Wendy Williams, when she tried to do that in her house, was the worst Wendy Williams. Go back to that old Wendy Williams show when she had to do it in her kitchen or in her living room. It was trash.
Oh, really?
It really was. The only one that I think did all right was The View because they had the budget. They fixed their system. They gave them good systems. But everybody else, they didn't survive. And a lot of them shows didn't make it. But when we say on the Wiley Show, it takes a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? And then you also have to be a student of the game. Like I take classes now. I take courses now. I get on the phone with bigger creators. I got one particular creator that helped me get my credit score from a 413 to a 600 points. And I just posted my credit score on YouTube, and a big YouTuber reached out to us and helped us. So we do have people that's willing to help. You really have to learn. And the information is out there. You have to learn. And if you don't want to pay for any consultation, just do what I do. Sit at home, watch multiple YouTubers that talk about and just take all the information. If you keep hearing the same thing, that must be true, right? And try to implement different things, right? But it's the information out there. But whatever you do, you got to put the work in. It ain't going to come to you easy because if it did, everybody would do it. And the more work you do, the more you put out, just like on YouTube. We have multiple YouTubers came and said they want to do YouTube. They're no longer doing YouTube. When I started, it was a lot of them. Most of them are gone. And so it's about the long-term game. And then when I talk to people that used to create content, they said, Wiley, I'm so happy you still at it. You still doing it. You know what I'm saying? You still out here doing content.
No, it is hard. It
Because
is
they
hard,
all
baby.
left. It's very difficult because people want that over. A lot of people can't take comments. A lot of people think that they're gonna get. And let me tell you this, new creators, if you can't handle criticism, don't do YouTube.
Oh, I'm not gonna even tell you what I've already experienced on Instagram. And somebody that has behind the scenes helping me with my YouTube was the only person that gave me some good advice and been kind of like helping me. And we got some things coming up. And I got noticed by a fan page, and I made a comment, and it could have came off as homophobic, but it was clear that I wasn't being homophobic. And the person got down there and defended me, and a couple of other people who I'm cool with on YouTube that's known by some major artists. And that person just kind of hit me up in my DM and was like, "Hey, look, I already know you want to be homophobic, but just know that's how." I'm like, "Oh, I already know that. That's why I didn't just pop out with this. This took me a long time to even get there. Like, I've been having a nice camera for 3 years, a Canon T7i camera for so long, and I can't even use it because I bought the wrong laptop and it's not compatible with the software on the computer." I was like, I've done a lot of research, so I already know the trolls and everything are going to come. So, no, you're not lying about that, and I do receive that advice. It's like, it's really, really real out here. These people will try to take you down just based off of your opinion, especially if you're not agreeing with their fave, and they can sit there and see that their fave is like dead to the wrong, and they gunning for you because you're not a yes man. So thank you for that advice, Wadi. But I do know firsthand that is so true. Yes, it is.
Absolutely. That's why you have to do the work. And they said while you and one other YouTuber can come on here by yourself for hours and keep our attention, that's something major. And that's something that you can't teach. That's just a natural gift to be able to
Right.
keep an attention of 250 people plus, and then it's going to be thousands to watch the replay. That's to be honored. That's a
Mhm.
special skill set to go live any time of the day. You have hundreds of people watching you. And see, my journey is different because I didn't always have this. I used to have one or two people. You know what I'm saying?
But I told
One or
you a
two people
while back
watching. So I'm
when
blessed.
they were
And it
when they
takes and God going to take it to a next elevative level. But
but
you have to literally be I want to say this part. You have to literally be grateful for what you have and put in work, and God will elevate you. And it will definitely happen, but it's all in God's timing. Because for me, I can only speak for me. When I go to the next level, then I will be able to preach more how did I have to get it? I'm different when I get it, because some people get an opportunity and they don't know how to handle it and they're gone. Let's look at the Scorpion show as an example. They had an opportunity. They had their spot. They got lazy and they're out of their spot.
they should have released that story up with Brandy.
Yeah.
I
So when I look, I always use them as an example. Oh my gosh, they literally at their spot and they destroyed it, because what they did is many of these YouTubers are doing today. Let me befriend these celebrities, and that's a bad mistake, because some of these celebrities are not going to help you. They're going to lie to you, and you're going to be blinded by their celebrity. That's what happened with the Scorpion show. They got all these quote unquote friends, and they tried to do their job. And one celebrity unfollowed them, got mad because they brought K Michelle on. You remember that? I'll never forget that point. They would get all posted on the blogs and all of this type of stuff. Then they interviewed Brandy, and Brandy made that you showed the point. I'm your friend. A good interview of her dragging Monica that could help their career. They shelved it, and now Kevin dropped in views, wasn't getting the money, had to go to a regular job.
Well, look at that's what Mr. Wiggins is doing. He has completely abandoned the Barty gang, and he has just flipped right back over there to the Unicorn gang. Like, he don't care. He just in it. Like, listen, I got a job to do. I'm here to do a job. I don't care if you invite me to parties. Give me no. I get on here and say that you my friend, but baby, whatever I got to do to make sure I'm steady talked about and I get my views and clicks and everything I need, that's what I'm doing. And that's what I see him doing.
Yeah.
Like, he don't care. Because I have seen him blatantly come out in the last 30 days and tell Barty Gang directly, I really don't care about y'all anymore. And I agree with you when you say Cardi needs to be looking out. She needs to be paying attention. This man is not your friend. And he doesn't need access to you. It not that he has to be in the bed with you, but the way how he's trying to stew this beef with Ice Spice and Cardi B, he's dead wrong for that. When female rap needs to come together, we already had to deal with Lil Kim and Nicki Minaj beef for so long, and it's still going on. People try to act like it's not. It's still going on. And you know I'm a big Lil Kim supporter over here. You know I'm team Lil Kim every day, all day. But baby, listen, I would rather see those two ladies squash the beef and get on there and make some music. Why would you then go and try to have Cardi B be into it with this new up and coming girl so this cycle can keep going? Where okay, when Cardi came in and how Nicki acted, and now y'all want to say, oh look how with this whole anything that she did at the summer jam. And then he just spoons it. And then he had all that negative to say about Latto, but I guarantee you, Wiley, and I'm gonna go after this. I guarantee you he is not gonna give Latto her props because he cannot say anything negative about her winning that award. And if he does, he is still going to belittle and throw shade and say something as to how it was fit and Ice Spice should have got it, when we all know that although Ice Spice is getting a bigger push than Latto for whatever reason, she deserves her shine too. I'm not against her coming up. We know Latto is the better performer and the better rapper.
Ooh.
Why shouldn't she deserve to win that best female category she won tonight? She deserved that. But I guarantee you, mark my words, either he's gonna ignore it completely and act like it doesn't exist because he wanna continue to have the barbs in his pocket, or he's gonna get up there and slightly congratulate her, and then about 15 minutes of his commentary after that, he's gonna be just busting shot and throwing shade at that girl. And I am so happy Saucy Santana did not do that interview with him, because you know what I'm one problem is? He's with this hierarchy stuff where how it goes in the LGBT. He feel like he's one of these film faves, and ooh, a woman wouldn't even see what you see. That's why he can't take Saucy Santana or Big Sexy, because he's like, how are they big, fat, funky, nasty, and pissy looking, and they getting all these deals, they got all this following, they stepping in rooms that I should be in. Gay boys wouldn't even look at them. They not even really part of the clique. You know how you was explaining that little cool kid table that they have? See, he don't consider Saucy and Big Sexy part of the cool kids table. So in his mind, he's like, how, what?
I think that a lot of people think fat folks are supposed to be in the kitchen cooking food and eating and being silent. They don't. And I want to say this because that's a very good point. Unfortunately, it's very strong on how they treat fat people in the LGBT community. When we got very intimate with Reese G, the executive producer, former executive producer of Chasing Dallas, he's 4 times my size, a very obese man. I didn't mind screwing him, but he don't get that much love in the community. Now, he screw a lot of people, but they will screw fat, obese people privately, but publicly they would make it saying they just want guys with bodies, which is very sad. But let's be clear. Let's be crystal clear on that. There is a spirit of people that want fat folks in the kitchen eating, cooking. They don't want them performing or singing. That's just what it is. So thank you so very much for calling them. I'm going to take this next caller.
Bye, Wiley.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
That's the truth. Hello. Welcome to the Wiley Show. You love the Wiley Show. How you doing?
What's up, Wiley?
Hey. I mean, that's
this Lala. This Lala.
Hey, Lala. Hi.
How you gonna be dissing the show? Man, the BET Awards was lit. You know, allegedly, all you have is old Christian women in your group anyway. So we like that. That's what we grew up. 80s and 90s. I mean, I didn't see Patti LaBelle perform. I didn't see her perform. I'm still waiting on it because I'm on the West Coast. So it's actually like still on. But I mean,
so you didn't even hold. Wait. Did you watch the BET Awards?
I'm watching them now.
And
I know all these songs. I don't know rapping people, taking people out the plastic and all that kind of stuff, but I know all these songs. I'm enjoying, Busta Rhymes and Nate Dogg. This is lit.
Okay,
I mean,
because it's from your era. You're about 50
that's right, because you
woman
have the group.
and plus. Okay.
I'm a particular age. I'm enjoying the leather. I guess the stylist was all on the same page. Everybody got on leather tonight. You know, I mean, I know these songs. I can get with this. I can get with this. I saw Lil Latto. I saw, all these little young people, but I like the mixture. The crowd they know the songs. The crowd knows the songs. Wiley, you just was born like a few months ago, so that's why you don't know these songs. That's
It wasn't
all.
that I didn't know the songs. It was bad produced. Um, I just they put on a bad show today. And when you see the Patti LaBelle, that just I don't even want to talk about the Patti LaBelle. It was disastrous. It really was. It was not a good show today. Tonight it was a terrible show.
Maybe because you're into production, so like you can see those flaws behind the scene that we don't notice as the average.
As the average,
Person.
you entertain. It just wasn't for me today. It just wasn't uh it just wasn't for me. I just think that I understand they want to honor the 50-year of the hip hop legacy, but they could have done that with better acts, and it could have been produced better. And they needed a host. Like, you mean to tell me they could have
Yeah,
hired a host?
yeah, they definitely needed a host for those transitional periods. They did need like a host would have been kind of. I think the host would have probably brought the show, because you know how like the host has to have the ability to like fill in and do those one-liners and be like make it, pop. So maybe a host would have been better, instead of just being about music. Maybe so. But for the overall, and I think the audience too, like us in the chat, we were saying like it wasn't like bad, like you saying it's just horrible. It wasn't horrible, Wiley. It wasn't horrible, okay? It wasn't horrible. And I liked the Migos performance. The Migos with Offset, and they did okay. They was all right. It was okay. Wiley.
I just think, like, for me, if I was booked to host, if they couldn't want me to host it, I would have picked DC Young Fly. I would have picked.
No.
I would have picked the 85 South Shore host. I would have picked them to host because I was actually watching their Netflix special. It was very entertaining. Like, it was good. And I was pleasantly surprised seeing those young brothers, the band, the black one with the thing. They say, do anybody got a blunt? Somebody threw a blunt up there that was still kind of wet. It was just a good, very iconic how they fed off the crowd, how they went in the crowd. And DC Young Fly pulled up his shirt to show his six-pack. Then it was just over and over. It was just such an incredible situation. And DC Young Fly is already doing interviews. He would have done that job because he's a professional. He could have done it, and I think it would have been an incredible show. It increased the ratings, and it would have just helped. He would have been perfect for the job. Honestly, it just was a bad show today. And
well, you were already booked. I heard, allegedly that they were thinking about hiring you, and you were already booked.
Yeah, I could have really. I just think that I could. I think DC would have done good because I'm such a huge fan of DC Young Fly, and to this whole thing with 85 South Shore. A lot of people think I'm not a fan of him. I am. I just was critical of his baby mama cutting up her body. May she rest in peace. But I also think that a host is more important because when I go back to Monique, she did an incredible job hosting the show because she did a performance. I think nobody really touched Monique. I think she's one of the greatest BET hosts that they ever had for an award show. It was so iconic. She was obese, had an obese dance, so high cholesterol, high blood pressure. And they did an incredible job performing to Beyonce records. I just really believe so.
Did you just say they had an obese performers with high cholesterol?
Yes. That's what they had. Yes.
That's not nice. You like them thick anyway, so I
I
don't know
like
why
them
you.
thick. I like them thick
Yeah.
because they could have had Monique. She could have showed up with her bonics. It's so many jokes that just, oh my gosh, man. I love producing because I really, if I had a choice of not hosting, I would love to be a producer, like help people like produce up. But she could have showed up in the, or they could have got Saucy Town to show up in some chicken. He could have hosted. It's just so many iconic moments that the BET Awards could have done. I just, man, it just went for me this year.
Yeah. Okay. Well, next year we'll probably get you on and let you host.
And y'all tweet BET to book me to host or be a producer. Really host. I would take it. I would tear it up. Anyway, go ahead.
All right. Well, have a good night.
Love you, sis. Continue to watch the BET Awards. Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
So anybody else want to call in? Somebody call in private. So if you want to call in, the number is 972-674-9462, 972-674-9462. 972-674-9462 is the number. So 972-674-9462 is the number. They said because Mo is entertainer, yes, but I do believe she could have done it, or DC on Fly, honestly. But I believe so. I think it would have been such an iconic moment for that. Okay, our caller that is calling in. Let's go to that. Okay, hold on. Hey, you live. Welcome to the Wiley Show.
Yes, Wiley, I think you've made a good point. I personally think that the BET Awards is lacking professionalism. So for me, I get tired of seeing people that are not famous on the front row. I think we did great when we had a lot of our celebrities on the front row. I think it's like anybody, just get a ticket and come to the BET Awards. There's no, I think if Tyler Perry is to buy this, he's going to have to bring back the class and status to the BET Awards. I mean, I don't, the performances were fine. It's just that it just wasn't structured. And I do think a good host, Monique would have been great. DC Young Fly, that would have been fine. I think what you're talking about to me is professionalism. And I think, the award show was so great because regardless of what age bracket you're in, you enjoyed the show because it was well structured. So I agree with you on that.
Absolutely. That's why we have to definitely do a better job. And I'm glad you brought that point out, because when I was looking at this show, I said, man, it wasn't good at all. It was just the structure of it. And they need to really attract more A-list stars to bring eyeballs and ears to it, because they have lost it. Beyonce didn't show. None of the heavy hit Cardi B didn't show up. But these people rush for white stuff. But for their shows, they don't show up. They're on the iPad. If this was the Met Gala, they break their neck to get a ticket, because a lot of black people love that white validation. But when it's something honoring black, I'll go there. I don't have time in my schedule. But if it's something white, oh yeah, I'll be there.
Well, you know what? Well, I think another thing is this. It may be the amount of security. If you got people that are not famous sitting in seats that normally famous people sit, I would not, having that kind of money and having that kind of status, you got to be careful about your safety. I think that maybe these celebrities don't come because for safety reasons. I mean, I think if they turn around and, because when you just got, no offense, but if you just got everybody sitting together, I would take it that I would be concerned. Who is this person sitting next to me? Who is, because somebody's got to organize this. And I think that would change whether or not you have a Cardi B show up or a Beyonce show. It might be other things, and it'd be really good to find out why celebrities are not showing, like, what is their side of the story about what this is. And I do think when you see them on their phones, it is like they probably don't feel, they like, hey, you just threw me in here. I'm sitting just anywhere. They probably don't feel, and remember, celebrities like to feel like they're on some sort of pedestal of some sort. And they don't mind performing because they got all these people watching them. But it'd be very different with them sitting in the audience. I mean, just even how Patti LaBelle handled that. I was so like, you got to be kidding. Patti, what about your own brand? I mean, I know you've done a lot of music, but I was like, you, Wiley, this is a woman at a certain level. And I feel like, okay, even though you at the BET Awards, you would have never done that somewhere else. I mean, it's like they don't take it seriously, and that's the thing that Tyler Perry is going to have to. If he wants these BET Awards to be similar to what you see as the Grammys and everything else, he's going to have to find a way to step it up. And
Absolutely.
I mean, because whether it's a writer's strike or not, I am sure somebody like DC Youngfly, somebody like Monique, these people have been in the business for a long time. You just pay them right, and I'm sure they had enough experience to do what they need to do. And DC with his, you know, children's mother passing away, he may not have felt the energy to do that. So I get that, but there's still other people. There's still Cat Williams, somebody that they knew with the reputation to handle this. Because content is important, and if we're going to respect the BET Awards, we got to know that it's well organized. And it's and we because we really want to see. I kept looking at who is that on the front row. Who are these people? I mean, it's just like they just went through and just handed out tickets to anybody.
I agree. It's they definitely got to do a better job in the future. And then I saw a lot of empty seats at the BET Awards too. When they panned the camera, it was a lot of empty seats too.
I think that's why they were handing out the tickets. but again, you know, whatever allowed all these celebrities to first come to the BET Awards and really think so highly of it, that's not something that cannot be gained back. I think that it's just a matter of hearing the feedback. And another thing too, I want to go to another thing I would like to address too. Wally, how do you feel, even though, let's just say Tyler Perry has already purchased BET, with the fact of how podcasts, YouTube, all the streaming services doing so well, do you think cable TV really has the chance that it once did? Because to me, I don't need to even watch a regular cable TV channel. I mainly watch whatever's out there streaming. A lot of us do. We don't even listen to, when it comes to radio. We rather listen to, you know, something else that gives us whatever selection we want. So I wonder.
No, it's still television is still a big piece of the media landscape. The difference is you have to bring people, new people. You cannot work with people that wasn't doing television 30 years ago. You have to bring people that are more innovative television to bring people to watch. It have to be must-see television. And it can happen. Tyler Perry proven that with his programming because he had millions of people watching his product. Mm-hmm. He was out doing a lot of other shows. And that's why OWN booked him. And he saved the OWN network. A lot of people forget before Tyler Perry, Oprah was about to go out of business. That network was flopping hard. It was flopping.
I agree with that.
And when she booked Tyler Perry, he spoke to a certain demographic of an audience, and Black audience saved BET to the point I would say OWN and BET was suffering because they wouldn't get the views anymore. They were all watching OWN, a lot of them. And so what did BET do? They offered Tyler Perry a deal where he can be on BET, MTV, VH1, and he signed up for that. Then they got into the streaming thing. But if you're doing streaming, content is king to get subscribers. You got to have content. And they had a deal with Tyler Perry to license all of his plays, all of his movies. Everything was on BET Plus, and they gave him a certain percentage of BET Plus. And that's why he should be the owner of BET, because he have already proven a track record to bring in the views, to bring in the eyeballs to BET. The demographic that he have, they love watching his product, but he also had to do a better job catering to a more younger demographic, the people that the ad people love, because when you're looking at ad dollars, they really love that 24 to 32 crowd. It's a certain demographic that got buying power. They love that. It's a certain age demographic that ads, the advertisers love. So he had to do a better job in that. But I do believe Tyler Perry have what it takes, because he have a proven track record to bring butts in the seats and to bring eyeballs to his product. So most of his shows, if not all of it, have been number one in the top 10 of the cable shows. When that show air, they're literally in the top 10. So, and this is a Black show with a Black cast. Many other people can't say that. Tyler Perry has a proven track record that he delivered the numbers.
Well, but see, I think that kind of goes to the fact that he knows how to cater to his demographic.
Absolutely.
He knows he knows how to stick to his brand, regardless of what people think. He has definitely branded himself quite well, and I think that because of that, his shows are catered. They have some sort of level of consistency across the board. Whereas that if you watch one show, you pretty much can feel pretty good by watching another one of his shows. He got something consistent, but one thing about it, he does not like to hire new writers. He prefers to do this himself. And that'd be quite interesting to see how he will handle this because this is a lot more work. Now, the only thing I was just concerned about is, like I said, people are so specific these days. Like they prefer Spotify because look, they just select what they want. We're not as much of a variety as we once were. We seem to like the fact that we can customize our viewing and we can customize what we listen to. So that's why I was wondering if cable.
Absolutely, but I think Tyler Perry now, when you look at the writer's strike, Tyler Perry is good. His show's still in production because he writes
Right.
his material. So, and when he did have writers, his views dropped because if the script is not right, and because they are part of a union, if they have to do a rewrite, you got to pay them again to do that rewrite. So Tyler Perry figured, man, forget this. Why, if it ain't broke, why fix it? I'm gonna write all my shows, and the numbers have hold. And now they on strike. Tyler Perry, he still get to do his shows. He still gonna do it because he writes his material. You know what I'm saying? So it really helps him. And the numbers don't lie. People watch his shows. When they put his old 20 old movies that came out 20 years ago, almost 22 decades ago, it's in the top 10 on Netflix. Dear Boo, was it Boo? Was in the top 10. Medea Family, A Diary of a Mad Black Woman was in the top 10. Tyler Perry movies were competing with shows that came out this year, and he was beating them in ratings. So you can't deny Tyler Perry impact that he have with the black community and some white people.
Well, I agree with you on that.
Black people have been so faithful to Tyler Perry is because he catered toward that base. He did the grassroots, and a lot of people love supporting Tyler Perry because he's the brand. Now Tyler Perry is giving you better content. Remember the movie he did with Taraji P. Henson, with the movie with the husband. He got the money and he wasn't working, and he finally made the money. Iconic,
Yeah.
right? It threw us. It was not predictable. Then now he's doing a movie now, a film now about the World War II or World War III. I forgot the name of World War II. I think it's old, like a dated piece. He's doing that. Then he also did a movie that did really good in the ratings with the woman that she was black, but she was able to be really be among white people. Did that movie, and people were shocked that it was produced by Tyler Perry. I just think Tyler Perry produced that Southern dialect to get the fans, and now he's showing, okay, let me show you other material that I can produce. Yes, I can produce this, the sitcoms, the play, and then I also can produce some other great stuff. And then also Tyler Perry is a good actor because he can act as well. So he's doing really good for himself, and he employed a lot of black people in the neighborhood of the Tyler Perry show, of the Tyler Perry network. He paid those people taxes for the next 20 years.
Well, I agree with you. I do like the fact that he is so diverse and he's very talented. That was just a question I had, because something about them just deciding to sell. I was just wondering, was that because from a business or forecasting standpoint, were they thinking about revenue declining in those markets, so they didn't mind selling? That was just a question, but I do agree with you. Tyler Perry has what it takes, and I do not underestimate his capabilities whatsoever. He has definitely proven himself, and I agree with you that he definitely saved on. I also want to say to this before I get ready to go, I enjoy this dialogue with you, and I hope that I like the way that I converse with you about this topic. Even though you had a different, had a different point of view at times, I like the fact that you gave me time to express myself. So I would just like to ask, whenever you have your guests on, allow them, just like you did me, to, even if they say something that's totally, different than your opinion. I think when you give them time to speak and then you say what you need to say, you just do an excellent job. So I just wanted to say that to you because there was an interview you did, and I thought, oh God, this is so wonderful. This interview that you brought this person on, and you, I mean, I forgot what it was, but it was somebody that we had not heard. And I was like, this is going to be great. I was like, oh, please just let them say what they're going to say. Even if you disagree, just let them, and then give a commentary later, but let us just hear them. So I love when you do this. I love your calm.
Yes, I love it too. I'm glad that you brought it up. And
Good
yes,
job.
I go back to old episodes like, okay, you have to let the guest speak, and it's so very important. And
Yeah.
and
You
all of that.
probably could.
I,
You. I'm sorry.
no,
You
no, I'm
probably.
telling you, great. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I think my phone had a little gap there, so I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Go
But
ahead.
I would say that, and thank you. I was going to say, you handle things that way. I wouldn't be surprised if someone like BET or some other channel would contact you. I think people are watching you, Wally. I think they are listening to you. You know, but I think if there's an area of growth and you manage that really well and become successful of just constantly reinventing and bettering yourself, and it's not even reinventing yourself. It's just a matter of just being great at what you do and maximizing that for your own brand. And you'd be surprised who will call you, Wally. You'd be surprised.
Absolutely.
So
Be-
so thank you. I enjoyed. I'm continuing to watch your show. So you have a great evening, and thank you for what your knowledge on Tyler Perry and what you had to say about that. I,
Absolutely, because a lot of people, when he did Half and Half Not, somebody was able to build a house on the ground up off those checks. And she was
oh
a
yeah.
black woman. The lady that played Hannah, I forgot her name. Nobody was booking her like that to do stuff like that, or especially the lady on the House of Pain.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Perry changed the rules about sitcoms because he was able to produce shows at a certain amount. They wasn't giving deals like that. I forgot the number of shows deals that they made, and they just changed the whole rules because of what Tyler Perry have accumulated. Because the lady that played in the House of Pain, the mama, she wasn't getting booked in Hollywood. Tyler Perry booked her and put her on. The older lady that played the old lady on in Tyler Perry Plays,
Mm-hmm.
she was with Tyler Perry when Tyler Perry couldn't hardly pay his actors and actresses. And guess what? He gave that woman her own show on BET Plus. I forgot her name. Y'all know the woman that did the Harlem Shake, that played the maid in the Clash reunion. She played. She sung the song, and when the lady passed away from cancer, she was singing in the choir. Like, and she gave, I forgot the name of that. I think it's Brawls. I forgot the name of the show on BT Plus, but she's one of the main actresses in the show. She's the lead character there. So I love the fact that how he have helped create so many black millionaires. Let's not even talk about how he took Tamla Mann's career and made her a household name. Because nobody was checking for Tamla Mann once she was done with Kurt Franklin. He booked her to do show, and her husband, and introduce them to the mainstream. So now when they do concerts, they can perform in arenas because we know her from TV. We know her as Cora. You know what I'm saying? And she makes bank. And she's able to make a lot of money in the gospel industry because of Tyler Perry. He helped her and her husband to become millionaires.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, and you know what? I'm glad you brought that up. I love the fact that you're so good with knowing the history of things because you remind us about things that we need to think about. And one of the things I got from what you were stating was the level of loyalty that he has for the people that do work for him. Because you're right. I just saw something on the YouTube channel the other day with Tamla Mann doing something like a cooking show. And then there was something she also did where she had a show with her family. And so you're exactly right about that. The people that work for him, he continues to bring out the best in them. So, okay, very good point.
Absolutely. And then, people forget that he helped the actresses you see now that's A-list actors, he booked them first. And he gave them a chance first. So Tyler Perry, I mean, half of the story have not been told about Tyler Perry and about how he have helped push for the black culture. And if anybody should be ahead of that empire of BT Plus and VH1 should be Tyler Perry. He deserved to have that chance to do it. And a lot of people don't want him to have the chance. A lot of people frown at Tyler Perry, a lot of powerful people, because his studio is bigger than the white studios. You could combine all the 3 largest white studios in Hollywood, put it all together, and Tyler Perry studio is larger than them. It still got extra acres to move around. A lot of people don't like that because it's controlled by under 100% black ownership. You know what I'm saying? And what Tyler Perry is doing, he's showing people which is true. Stop complaining about not being at somebody else's table and build your own table. Tyler Perry is a prime good example of that and being dedicated to your audience. And I think we should take what Tyler Perry have teaching us and do that and implement that in our own daily lives, because that man, he built his own table and he's living with the results and the fruits of his labor because of that. And that's to be commended. And that's why, on his studio, the Confederates base was, those were soldiers that was housed there to keep black folks in bondage, and now it's controlled by black men. So this is amazing. This is really, and then now he licensed shows, The Walking Dead, Black Panther, Bad Boys, Coming to America. He get money from that for people leasing out his space to do movies. Then he does his own movies. When C-19 was running rampant, he had the space to test all his employees and actors, put them in houses on the lot so they had their own room, serving them there, and they was able to tape shows. And he didn't miss a beat. They couldn't do it. They was shocked that Tyler Perry was able to do it because he had the space and he had the infrastructure to do so. And he was able to keep his shows going because the world stopped, and he was able to bring his actors, his staff. They was able to live on the studio, get tested regularly, eat really good, and he was able to keep his business flowing.
Well, you know what? One thing I like about what you're saying, I think this would be a good idea for you. You know what? Have you ever thought about interning with him at all, or possibly? I think that would be good, since you really soak up things like a sponge, and you have great admiration. You have an idea where you would like to take your career. It might be really good to be able to be on the campus of the studios if you have a chance to, or may do some type of internship so you can see this up close.
Absolutely. I would love to. I would definitely love to. And that's what we're trying to do. I remember we went to Atlanta a couple of years ago. This was the height of the pandemic. And so me and Dova Queen, my moderator, she was driving. And I said, let's go to the Tyler Perry studio. So we went there, and the black scare, we can't because it's COVID. They won't let nobody on there. I would love to learn from him, because what that man have done, that's how I listen to his interviews. I try to soak up as much information and study the blueprint, you know what I'm saying, but what he done. And one thing I love that he started meeting his people. So that's why I started doing my meet and greets. And many people are like, he only had 3 people at his meet and greet. Well, Tyler Perry only had about a couple of folks at his plays, and it flopped, right? But and then he kept at it, and then it popped. One day I'm going to have a meet and greet or a concert or an event, thousands of people, but it's not going to happen overnight because.
Well, can I say this?
Yeah, go ahead.
One thing I was going to say is this: you never know. If you call the studio and you ask them about, do they ever hire interns, or is there a way you can connect your show with, and possibly do something that would allow you to be able to have that mentorship?
Yeah, facts. I love that. I love that you said that. That's a good point.
Having a sense of loyalty, having a sense, you might have to keep down the drama a bit.
Of course. Of course, you got to keep down the drama. And you are so right about that. Another point, thank you, Miss Social. He said he took in Prince Harry and Meghan Markle when they fled the royal family, because a lot of people don't know the royal family was over Prince. They withdrew the security. So Tyler Perry decided to bring them to LA to live on his property. But because how famous they were, they had drones and helicopters. So Tyler Perry had to install bigger gates on his property because of Prince Harry and Meghan. And he done that to protect them. He was able to give them money to protect them. And of course, they paid him back 100-fold. But at their lowest, he literally helped them, a black man, right? And I think it was a power play to show the royal family, listen, we black and we with them. And he protected them of the harassment of that, because a lot of people forget the royal family said no, you can't have security. You done with the royal family, we cutting you off financially. They cut them off, and didn't care if they were safe or not. But because Tyler Perry called them up and reached out to me and say, listen, I want to help, and he brought them there to his home. That you don't see too many people that would do that, and Tyler Perry have done it. And that's why I love Tyler Perry. So many, I can go on and on and on. And half of the story have not been told about his life. And we will continue to support him because I love him. My mother loved him. I grew up on Tyler Perry plays and shows. Like my mother went to a couple of his plays. She's such a huge fan of Tyler Perry. And my mother don't watch a lot of people, but out of all the network, all the shows, she's 100,000%. She loved anything Tyler Perry. She's gonna watch.
Well, I tell you what, I might just make a phone call. We'll see what happens. I might have to
You
mention you.
should, most definitely, yeah, most definitely.
I might have to
I would love to
you.
because I
You
would
be
love to see, like you said, that's a
listen to
good
this,
point.
Wiley.
Go ahead. I'm
Hold
sorry, ma'am. Go ahead.
Okay, you be really good, Wiley, and you really show the best of yourself.
Of
And
course. I
I
think people think that.
hold on a second. Hold on. Just bear with me,
Okay, go
because
ahead.
I
I'm sorry.
said I see how you're speaking now. You're so in control here. You got this. And I just think anybody hearing it, I'm also looking at people are commenting about our conversation, and they are very positive in what they're saying. They're enjoying what you and I are talking about. So I see that the audience loves this side of you. So I would really like for Tyler Perry to get a chance to hear your show and to see what it is that you offer. So you just never know who you're talking to and who's listening. So I do want you to have a good night, but I think just keep up your A game. You never know who can put in a good word for you. God
Absolutely.
is
You
always
never know. And y'all do it. Absolutely. Praise God. But that's so true. I think that, when you do YouTube, some shows are better than other shows. Um, and the audience, one thing I've learned doing shows, and Tyler Perry will know this, that you can't cater to everybody.
no.
Because at one point they wanted Tyler Perry to abandon even Spike Lee criticized Tyler Perry and said it was buffoonery. And Tyler Perry came out and his clapback was so incredible. He said, Spike Lee comes from New York and I come from the South. Our dialect is different. And of course, Spike Lee apologized. And even though Spike Lee is a very respected person, he came from just a different time. There are different ways. You got a sector just like Zeus is being criticized. Oh, it's bad for like you got the own, and you also have Zeus. So everybody, the black community, we like multiple different types of entertainment. Some people like to be going to cuss and stuff. Some people don't. So we're just not one group that all think the same. We all have our own ideas, and if you cater to that base, you will have that audience. And that's what Tyler Perry, that whole thing with him and Spike Lee was just amazing. How they literally made up, and it was incredible for that. And Tyler Perry to this day, now Tyler Perry resume is not just all about Medea in a wig. Now he's producing great material, thought provoking content. But I thank God he's not completely abandoning what have worked for him. Because why? You made billion. That's what made you a billionaire.
Mhm.
You know what
And
I'm
it's
saying?
one thing about this. He's kept God first. He has a good heart about things, and he's constantly. And I think that level of consistency and loyalty that makes people that even if there's celebrities like Taraji P Henson and all these people, they want to work for Tyler Perry. They see him as great as any other top director or Steven Spielberg, anybody else out there. He has definitely done that. So, like I said, I think you looking at a person that you could really um, follow and get some good mentorship from. And it would be good to see what you do with that. Now, I don't want to keep you too much longer because other people are calling you in because they're enjoying this show. But it's been a pleasure speaking with you, Wallace.
Thank you so very much for calling in.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Okay. Also, we got one more in here. Okay. I think we already got that person on. Give me a second here. I think we took this call already, but it was one that I think they just called in.
Hello.
Hey, you live on the Wiley Show.
Hey, Wiley. Hey,
Hey.
chat. So I want to start off by saying I agree with your ideas about Tyler Perry and whatnot. I feel a lot of music shows have lost their way, except for the Country Music Award. If you ever get time to research the one that just passed, Wiley, I think you'll really enjoy it because they haven't lost their impact. They stick to their roots. They incorporated a couple things, but it was very structured, very professional, like the last caller said. I think my issue with this year's award show was the lack of star power. You know, there used to be a time where we would wait up to watch the BET Awards. They were very iconic. They had no host. They just had DJs playing to let people know their cue. It was all over the place. I get it. There was a writer's strike, but wasn't there an award show a few weeks ago where in the midst of the writer's strike and they still did really well? I just think they treat our people like this and our people a lot. And when I say ours, I'm talking about Black people. One of the issues I believe with celebrities, A-list celebrities not coming there is because you have the Natalie Nuns of the world recording up and coming artists, right? We got to see what really went down between JT and Little Uzi because of her. So, you know, if you got these top A-list celebs sitting next to these like reality stars, I don't think they're really here for it because there's no structure, there's no separation. They can't really let their hair down because somebody might be secretly recording. And I think that's a problem as well. I'm here for, you know, new age media, but not to that extent. And from what I was told, a lot of the producers of the award show were very disorganized and rude as well. So it was like if you weren't the who's who, I guess, of social media, you couldn't be there, even though you might be an expert in that field. So I hope they hire you, Wiley. I think you'll bring a lot to the show. We need to see more power. There wasn't that. I don't want to see rappers, baby mamas, unless their talent is music. Like, why are you there? Why are you presenting the award? Like, just make it make sense. Like, when I look at how it used to be versus now, it's so sad. But it's not just the BET Awards. It's a lot of these award shows. And as for what you said about, not Armon, yeah, Armon and Milagro, they were never friends. They were never going to be friends. They're only being friends because you called them out during the Tory Lanez trial. So everybody is going to pretend because they don't want you to be right. And I'm gonna get off the phone.
That's true. They don't want us to be right, but them have proven that we are right because it's out there. And I speak to the base of the audience. I speak to the Mod Radio, the B&B squad, because they ain't stupid. I speak to them.
Exactly.
Because clearly you can see they're not friends. And when Milagro Grams deleted the live, she said, "Oh, I gotta delete it." It's no deleted. It's already out there in the atmosphere. They are not friends. And this is why Armon Wiggins don't have the interview with Cardi, is because he befriended Milagro Grams. And when they all teamed up, went to lunch and eat some food, just to prove me wrong, today they have again proved me right. That it was all just a scam. It was not real, wasn't sincere. And then he write these tweets and he delete comments because he's trying to control a narrative that is, and then he accidentally posts my picture with Storm Monroe and he took the live down. It's just like, you understand what I'm saying?
Wiley,
He tried.
that's because he in the bushes. They be in the bushes. See, this is what I don't like about the girls. They be in the bushes pretending like they don't care. They care a lot. That tweet was directed to so many people. I woke up and she's my bee, my sister. How is that possible when you dragged her kids, you dragged her husband, you dragged her body? Now, like, child, I would have more respect for the both of them if they said, look, this is just better for us work-wise. Are we friends? No, but we make great entertainment together. I would respect that, but they can't do it because they're both fake. All of them are fake. All of them. The every last one of them. They may look good, they may have the numbers, but they don't have the integrity, and that's where they'll always lose. But I'm gonna drop down because I don't want to hold up the line. But thank you for letting me come up.
Thank you so very much, sis. I think I love what she said. She said they did that to prove you wrong. I told y'all, but it's okay. It's okay. But y'all see it. Y'all not crazy, and that's why we love the B&B squad. We love the producers, of course, us. We love y'all, and we love Mob Radio, the mob, because y'all keep me aware of this. Hello. Oh yeah, you coming down? I'm here. All right. So they love this because we are definitely here, and this is where they love it because they keep me aware of what's going on because they know I'm going to put this out on the internet and show the world that these people are not real. They are literally fake. They're not sincere. They're not consistent. They're not great. They're doing this for being fake and phony. And now that it came out that they wasn't friends, that this was all just fake, now they got to do damage control. Then it's a tweet go out. Then he got to get on the phone and talk to her. You know what I mean? Hold on, y'all. Yeah. Hold on. Okay. So that's how that goes. Okay. So that's how to go to that. But thank y'all so very much. Also, too, I did y'all say Trina is pregnant. There's no confirmation that she's pregnant. She could be because eating a lot of burgers and French fries. But if she is pregnant, congratulations. If not, homegirl need to lay off the turkey and ham and the fried chicken. But if she is pregnant, congratulations. Okay. But if she is pregnant, I don't know if she's pregnant. But if she not, homegirl need to lay out of Trick Daddy restaurant. Okay. Because they said if Trina is pregnant, congratulations to her. If she is not, she needs to lay out of that restaurant. Okay, but everything it is. But I still tap that if she give me the opportunity. But she probably won't give me the opportunity. Okay, but this has been a good episode. Did you enjoy the BET Awards? Leave a comment. Comment below. Post below about the comments. What do you think about the BET Awards? This was good on this Sunday because I usually don't go live on the weekend. I usually do replays, but today was just lit. But I appreciate y'all for calling in and giving y'all opinion. Thank you. All right. Thank you all so very much for that. Also, we want to make sure that we put our website up here. If you missed any of the articles that we posted today, make sure you go check it out. We're gonna make sure in a next month or so we're gonna make sure that we at least have about 10 or 15 posts a day on the site. So that's our goal. That's what we work really hard to bring the people back to make sure we have 10 or 15 posts a day. That's what we're trying to do for next month. But that's the website, WileyTheTroll.com. Make sure y'all go check it out. Any tips? Thank you. You can send it to WileyShow@gmail.com. We got other topics that we're going to dive into later on today, because it's Monday, so we're going to go live later on today as well. Make sure you click the like button. Click it. They help us in the algorithm. Share the live with your families and friends. Share it on Facebook. Follow our Facebook page. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok. We're posting more on TikTok now that we know how to screen record our segments. We go live every day on YouTube, particularly every day. We do want to thank everybody for that as well. And shout out, make sure y'all become members. All you got to do is subscribe to the members only, but do that as well. And you can listen to us unfiltered on Station Head. As always, you can listen to us on Station Head, and you can definitely have the opportunity. Now, we will go live on Station Head after this show. So y'all could definitely be here. I just want to make sure that we got everybody that wanted to call in. All right. So we'll go live for the after show on Station Head. Y'all have a blessed day. If y'all want to contribute to the show really quickly, and we want to thank somebody today that donated to the Cash App. God bless you for that. Because I don't know if this video going to be monetized. So make sure $ Marquise Wally 28 if you want to contribute to the show, 5, 10, 100, whatever your heart so desire. You could do it on there, $ Marquise Wally 28. And we're going to be up a little bit because we got to get ready for today's show. So we got to make sure that we get a good lineup today. So hopefully some stuff happened that we could dive into. So I got to really search the internet today. All right. You can do the PayPal. We can do the Cash App. And you want to do Zelle. Zelle is WileyShow@gmail.com. Little black boy, you beautiful. Little black girl, you enough. When times get hard, always remember to please put God first. We just want to thank y'all so very much. I'm going to take this off here. Please put God first, and we will see y'all in the next episode. I will see y'all on Station here for an after show. All right. Okay. We'll see y'all on Station for after show.